Welcome to episode 25 of the Wilderness Podcast. Today's March 2nd. I'm Dills. Over there we got Deegan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How's it going with you?
Servers have been pretty shit, so...
Oh, I fucking hear you.
Yeah, it's actually really weird because I found once, Jagex servers went down, I was like, alright, I'll just play, some For Honor or something. But those servers are, even worse. Those two games were just, done. So I found in my free time, I was, looking for games to play. So I ended up, buying this game that just came out on early access called For the King.
Okay.
It's the closest thing to, a single player, D&D type of a thing.
Okay.
Kind of. It's weird. It's a weird turn-based, you control a party and...
Is it turn-based in the fact that, you go to open a door, and it's you go into, a combat sequence on whether or not you can open that door?
Think of it as, Civ, everything's, a little hexagon or whatever.
Okay.
And then you have, 3 characters that you can kind of move wherever you want, but, you go and kill creatures and do these quests and stuff and get money. I don't know,
How is it?
It's pretty fun. I mean, it literally came out, 5 or 6 days ago. On early access, so there's
Why
not
would
too
that
much.
That doesn't seem like a game that should come out on early access. If it's a single player.
Well, they have multiplayer. They actually just released a fix for it, so you can jump in with 2 other friends and you guys can kind of play together and control one character.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, it's good, but I think I only have 8 hours played, and they have a cool little system. They have lore, and you unlock lore by completing quests and stuff.
Okay.
And it's a currency that you use to unlock other characters and items and little events that happen. But I'm 8 hours in and I almost have everything unlocked already.
Yeah, that's the problem with it being in early access, I guess.
Yeah, well,
that's why it seems kind of silly if it's kind of an awful it's a story based game. It's not Rust and those other early access games are normally PvP, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of dick around even when you've done everything. There's still things to do.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's actually a pretty challenging game. I have yet to actually beat it because there's a main quest line and stuff. It's they got some weird mechanics and stuff. But I won't go too into detail. But
I might have to check it out though because I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons. It's just kind of hard to find.
Yeah, it's really hard to find a group.
Yeah, especially when you don't know how to play. So you got to either learn or find someone who knows.
Yeah. Yeah, and getting a group and then having a good DM is the biggest part. I've played a little bit of D&D and our DM was really bad and it was just awful. He just railroaded us. It was all right, you guys are going to go here, then here, then here, then here. And if we tried to deviate a little bit, he'd get no, and now you're almost
instant
dead.
Fail.
Yeah, he would really try and force us to go from one tavern to a forest to kill goblins, to go to another tavern, to go to another forest. And it was really he just made it in 2 seconds and it was just super boring.
Yeah, I've listened to some podcasts, watched some videos and read some, I have some of the books, right? Some of the guides and shit. It's just finding the group, like you said.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's a big problem. I've seen as a DM, you want to be able to improvise.
Oh, yeah. Most DMs just kind of do everything off the top of their head.
Yeah, there's this guy at my work, and I think I was talking about D&D or something, but he was he's our safety guy, so we just came up for break to have a smoke or something, and he's oh, fuck, I play D&D, every month. I have a group we've been playing. Our DM's been a DM for 10 years. He's got, stacks and, textbooks of fucking notes and shit. And I was oh, no way. And he's yeah, man, we have 4 people right now, but, more than merrier. You can bring, any friends and stuff if you want. We have it on the first Friday of every month. And I was dude, fucking sick.
Damn, dude, should go tomorrow.
So then I'd see him the next week and he'd roll up and be hey, this Friday, my house, all right? I'm all right, dude, sounds good. And then he drives off. And then I'd see him later. I'm yo, I need to get your address. And he's yeah, things fell through. We're going to do it the next Saturday. I was oh yeah, okay, cool. And then I just wouldn't see him, and then I'd see him hey, did you guys do that D&D thing? He's no, we're gonna skip this month and do it next month. It's been 3 months now, and I'm just I have a feeling you guys don't play it as often as you say.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
definitely does seem like something I would like to try.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But yeah, other than For the King, once I kind of like was like, I don't want to play that game too much and like be done and bored by the time good stuff comes out, like more content.
Okay.
So I don't know, kind of trying to like not play that too much.
So now you're looking for another game to play?
Well, there's this new game that came out. It's called The Hunter, Call of the Wild. And it's pretty much a hunting simulator.
Like Wild Buck Hunter or whatever that game's called?
Kind of. It's more like literally there's like
sit
two
in a tree
parks.
stand for 6 hours.
You can do that if you want. I did that for a little bit. It's actually like pretty sweet. You like jump in to like, there's like 2 parks, but they're fucking massive. Like they're so huge. I went from like one section to another. It took me like an hour. But I like load in and then it just kind of gives you like a little tutorial, and then, you know, with your phone, you kind of accept quests of like, go to an outpost, kill a deer and harvest it and track it, you know, just like kind of teaching you the basics.
Okay, yeah.
And,
sounds like it could have potential. Continue.
Yeah, like aesthetically, man, like it's such an easy game to get immersed because the graphics are so good and like the sounds are like really good, like the birds chirping and stuff, and you'll hear like birds in a tree and they get like, I don't know, everything sounds good, and you'll get like closer to a tree, it gets louder and louder, and if you stand under it, it'll just stop chirping for a little bit. Like, I don't know, it's like little things that are pretty cool, but there are some really weird issues. Like I'll be walking and I'll just see a random deer that should have not been there. You know what I mean? Like I'm running down a road to go to an outpost or to find a collectible.
And there's just a herd of fucking deer.
There's just like
road.
a deer chilling there watching me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, all right, I guess I'll kill it. And then you just kind of shoot, and you're like, that's lame. But like tracking the deer is like really fun.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be pretty cool. Can anything kill you in it?
Oh yeah. I almost died actually. It was kind of weird. I I went to like a watering hole, like where there's a crap ton of deer and like a bunch of does and then like a stag just like drinking.
Okay.
And I went and I shot one of them, and they all just like freaked out and charged me. And I fucking like almost died. And I just like
stampede.
Yeah, there's like
some
bears
Lion
and
King
stuff
shit.
too. Yeah. There's like a lot of different types of animals. You just have to like travel around, and yeah, I don't know. It's pretty fun though, but just because like, I kind of like it. It's really relaxing. You're kind of just like out in the woods, and you can choose like track deer, or you can go around and like build a whatever it's called, like a deer hut or whatever it's called, and
you set a little compound.
Yeah, well you don't get to choose wherever. There's set locations where you can build them, and you need money. But then you can just kind of chill there, use your calls and scents and stuff, and just kind of wait.
It sounds like it could be really fun, or it sounds like it could be like the worst game ever.
Well, if you don't mind, it's more of like you're supposed to just kind of get immersed and like take your time with it, and like not
spend
be like
4 hours tracking a deer, shoot it, it runs off, dies somewhere, then you got to go track it again, and starts getting dark out.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is like there are some really weird bugs with it, like the games, I think it's meant for consoles, and they just kind of didn't think it through on the ports. Because, like, if I'm using keyboard and mouse, because I like shooting with the mouse, you can't walk, like, slowly. Like, you can crouch and walk at maximum crouch speed, or you can, walk at maximum walk speed. And with the controller, you can, like, depending on how much you push the analog stick is actually how much noise and stuff you make.
True.
So sometimes you get into situations where there's no way you can sneak up on a deer, like if you're using keyboard or mouse. So it's kind of annoying.
Why are you sneaking on a deer? Gonna like slit its throat?
Well, like, you're like in the woods, you don't get a clear shot, so you kind of like creep on closer. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun, but they've got some like really stupid bugs. Yeah, with the deer AI, it'll kind of just walk up to you randomly, and you're like, what the fuck? Okay.
You got a pet?
It's kind of like ruins the fun. But other than that, Argus related, what did I do? I killed like 100, I solo camped like Dagonoth Rex for like 130 something kills.
Damn, anything good?
Nope, I got crashed twice for 2 dragon axes, which kind of sucks.
It's like 70k though.
Yeah, but those should have been mine. Just like 3 dudes will run in and just fucking take it from me, and you're like, oh, come on, man. Yeah, we've been searching for 2 hours, and then I go to the next world, and there's a free fucking lair.
You just made an enemy, sir.
Yeah, I also got 8 nature runes, 8 nature talismans, which sucks because the talismans from Rex have the same chance of dropping as like a berserker ring.
Oh, damn.
And I got 8 nature ones. So, I mean, in another world, that would have been 8 Zerkers.
Yeah, that'd be all right, eh?
Yeah. But I didn't get any good drops. I just got like alkables and
That's pretty shitty.
yeah. You still make like okay money.
Yeah. It's kind of expected though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not really expecting to walk out with like 5 mil after camping it for an hour or two.
Yeah, it's gotta be pretty rare, so.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, servers have been really shit, so that's kind of pretty much all I did. I did some like Slayer, but fire giants and shit, but nothing else special.
Yeah, like I've been thinking about what I did this week on RuneScape and like fucking I just tried to log on.
Yeah. Servers have been DCing like crazy. Actually, when I was first going to the layer, the DK layer, I'm like world hopping, trying to find a world, and I find a world, and so when you're solo camping Rex, you have to kind of climb up and down the ladder and go down, so you can go around like down south, and you can kind of go down the southern border of the layer, and then go over to the east side, and then you kind of pull Rex over there without taking aggro from the other two.
True. Okay, so I guess when you go up the ladder, it resets the other two?
Well, it doesn't really reset them. You just kind of hope that they walk over, far enough away that you can go down and run around without pulling aggro.
Okay.
So sometimes you'll sit there for like 10 minutes going up and down the ladder. It's just kind of like, oh my god, hurry up. But
that sounds retarded.
Yeah, it's annoying, but like I'm going up and down the ladders and I like climb up and I fucking just DC and I'm like, well, there goes like all my shit. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get back in time with the servers if they're going to keep on DCing. And I kind of like wait so I can finally log on. Mm-hmm. I friggin' log on and I get hit and I like just quickly look at my health on the top left. Like, it closes the homepage. I look at the health on the top right, and I literally have 1 fucking health.
Damn.
I'm just like, oh, and I just sit there and spam all my brews, and like oh my god, if I didn't get double hit for zeros, like I literally had 1 health. I had to heal up, use my guffins and stuff, and then keep on going. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, once you're in there and you're soloing Rex, it's a lot safer than being on top of the layer waiting to go in.
I just want to point out the irony, because I think it was last week when we were talking about this, and I was saying, why don't you just fight it with random people in a group? Because then you said then it becomes a game of climbing up and down the ladder. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what you're doing in solo.
Yeah, but once you get there, you can stay there. Like, I stayed there for 130 kills,
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you don't have to do it after every kill. That would be friggin' shitty. But yeah, it's kind of ironic. Just a little bit.
Cool. But yeah, when I was every day I feel like it was the same routine. I would jump on, my account would be kind of logged out or it would log in at the woodcutting guild. Mm-hmm. Let's start woodcutting there. Just be like, okay, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm logged on. That's good. I'll woodcut, and if I lag or anything like that, not a big deal, because it's just gonna keep cutting. And then I would just like do something on the other side. And then I noticed after like half an hour, I wasn't lagging at all. Like, everything was just pretty smooth. Mm-hmm. I was like, perfect. I guess the lag's gone. And I would fucking just like grab all my shit. Because I keep wanting to go to the wilderness because I'm trying to grind out some money. Okay, let me back up a bit. So before we got shit on with these servers, I finally hit 82 or 83 construction. I can't remember. But I was able to boost up to 90 construction and start building all the shit that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I sold all the planks that I had because I was aiming for 90 and I had like 12k. I had 7 mil worth of planks. So I sold them all and decided I'm going to blow this all on upgrading everything. Holy fuck, I didn't realize how expensive everything was.
Oh yeah.
Like, building the altar alone was like 2.2 mil or something.
Building the what?
The gilded altar.
Yeah.
To bury your bones and shit. And then like...
Yeah.
And I don't have anything built because I kind of have all these empty rooms and I'm like, I'm going to fucking build everything at once. It'll be kind of fun to just see everything just pop into the house.
Yeah.
No, not exactly. I could have only built like 1 room. So then I'm like, okay, I need some money. Let's go do Master Clue or something. Let's go to the wilderness. So I would go and do that. And every time I went to go do that, that's when those servers the game decides to shit on me with lag. And I'd also make the mistake too. Like, so once I got kind of cocky and I started trusting the servers a bit, and I was like, okay, I'm going to stop woodcutting and I'll go do something fun. I'd fucking get all my shit, go to a wilderness spot, and then I'd switch worlds, and that's when I would fucking lag. It just wouldn't load, and then I'm just like, fuck, this is really, really not good.
Yeah. And then you sit there panicking, and you want to log on just so you can safely know that you're logged out or something.
Yeah, or safely know you're not dead, or because I was trying to go to Lava Dragons, I think, and that's a pretty risky spot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would get off, then I'd come back near the end of the night and bring myself to the woodcutting guild and woodcut there, and then I'd like watch some YouTube videos or something, and then I'd get off for the night.
Yeah.
And then
I found that the server's just been super shitty. Have you tried using the OS Buddy tunneling?
Is that on default? Like, I don't know. I haven't.
You have to go into your options, go to your client, and then set it to USA.
No, does that help?
See, it does help, but I was also getting a lot of disconnects, but not as many. But if there was like a server disconnect,
yeah.
Like, sometimes you literally would try and use the tunnel, and you wouldn't be able to log in, because I guess the way they have it, they just have one IP. So once, like, 30 people or something are using it, you can't use it anymore, and then you have to use Europe or something, but that's,
True.
Like, that's when you're rocking, like, over 600 ping, because you're pretty much going from, like, Canada, or we're going from, like, Canada to, like, a European server, and then to the Jagex servers, and it's just so much bouncing around that, like, then you're, rocking like a 6-second delay, and you might as well just not even play. But yeah, I was using the tunneling for a bit.
I'm picturing any Australian listeners sitting there probably being like, yeah, that must really suck for you guys. Yeah, that must really suck.
Yeah. Well, soon they'll get their own servers.
But anyways, you were using the tunneling?
Yeah. And, you don't have to pay for it. It's like for the free client. It definitely was helpful, but I was still getting a crap ton of disconnects, just not as many. Oh. Instead of every 5 minutes, it was maybe every like 8 or 9.
I might have to try that, although, yeah, well, anyways, I logged on today just to check how the servers were, and I forgot that, I guess the last time I logged out, it was in the wilderness, and I fucking just like, look on, I wasn't really paying attention, I just look over, and I'm just sitting near, the Elder Chaos Druids.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck. And there's some people fighting just off in the distance, but they're like level 50s, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly teleport. But it seemed to be working, but then again, it always seemed to be working, and as soon as I changed worlds or anything like that,
it
started fucking up.
Yeah, I don't know, one day I was like, talking to my one buddy, I'm like, hey, how are the servers? He's like, they could be better. I'm like, maybe I'll try my luck. I log in, take like 2 steps, and disconnect. I'm like, yeah, no RS today, just kind of close, and just go find something else to do.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't really been playing RuneScape, and then I'm thinking, what have I done instead? Nothing. I fucking sit there in like a depression. I go like in the corner and like start freaking out. Not actually, but
because it's just like, but like it's kind of like
I spend a lot of time trying to log on, or like trying to move my character from out of the wilderness. Like I'm spending like at least 20 minutes.
Yeah,
or trying like something absurd like that. So yeah, that was basically my week.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you just get into RS or something, and you're still like, if you're at the peak of you playing, making free time, you're kind of like at your peak of your addiction, and the servers are being super shitty, and you're like, well, what do I do now? Fuck.
I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy and shit, because I need to get my account on Final Fantasy back, because I deleted all my save data.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. And I thought, like, I went to go play Diablo 3 the other day, and I thought at least those characters would carry over, because I thought everything was kind of saved on a server for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And they aren't. Like, you load it, it's like, oh, we can tell you've played this game before. Would you like to load in your characters? And I click, it's like, you have not saved any characters to the external cloud or something. And I was like, for fuck's sakes.
That sucks.
Like, oh god, I really did not do my research. I thought I knew what I was doing and just did it and trusted myself, and nope, not even close. So, yeah. On Friday, I was saying I was going to that trampoline park.
Yep.
So it was me and my girlfriend. We're going with some friends, and they're all older, like 26 to I think 32. And there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And yeah. So they said, well, they're gonna be there at 8. So we get there around 8:15, and like we walk in, and like I was pretty stoned. So I was like, I couldn't tell if I was just being paranoid, but I was like, the everyone here, because we're waiting in lineup, and there's a lot of people there, and I was like, this place is pretty crowded, but there's like a noticeable age gap where it's like it's like that age group of like 15 to 16 or so.
Yeah.
Right? And there was just like, most of them were girls too, and I was just like, why? I'm like looking around, I was just like, why is there nobody? Like, I'm literally seeing nobody who's in their 20s, and anyone who's older than like in their teens, their parents and shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, something just seems odd. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I look at my girlfriend, I'm like, we're like talking, like, you notice this too? And she's like, yeah, this is weird. Like, why is there nobody? Like, they're already, like, my group of friends is already there. So we're like, what the fuck? Okay, well, whatever. So we go up, and then we we get our tickets and shit, and then we try to get in. They're just like, no, you're not allowed to get into like 9:30 or something. This is for like the children hour or something like that. I was like,
oh, what the fuck?
Okay. Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, I thought so, actually. No problem. Okay. So we went and like sat down, and then I was like, I guess they were jumping around, so they weren't answering my text, but we could see them. We were like watching, and I was like, how are they not thinking it's weird? Because they're like grown men. They have like fucking beards and shit. You know what I mean?
Wait, how are they jumping around? And you guys,
I don't know. I guess the people just let them in, or there's no one there to stop them, or something. I don't really know. That's what I was wondering.
Maybe like, oh, you were parents.
They were, yeah, and there was like a few parents there, but they were sitting down on the couches watching the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? So eventually they came out and they're like, where were you guys? Like, fuck, we were waiting. And I was like, how the fuck did you get in? Like, this is like the teenager hour. Like, it doesn't start till like another hour. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, didn't you guys notice how like there's like an age gap, but there's literally nobody in the ages between? Like, they're like, not really. Like, I don't know. We weren't really paying attention. And I was like, true. No, anyways, yeah, we couldn't. So we ended up getting a refund because they all wanted to leave after that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was my experience at the trampoline park.
Yeah, that sounds
it was just kind of weird.
Good.
It's fucking weird, man. Like, and I couldn't tell if I was just being like overthinking things, because I was like, yeah, you just look around and then you're like a foot taller than everyone, and I'm average height, right? So I'm just like, this is interesting. But yeah, that was basically the life of me for the week.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So, what do you got for us for the news? You want to jump right into that?
Yeah, we can jump right in. So this week they've been implementing some PvP, some wilderness improvements. Yeah, so like, they're just kind of doing a quality of life to the PvP. I think we've talked about the polling beforehand.
I guess it's good to see what passes and what doesn't.
Yeah, so they're doing like a final play test or a live play test of Deadman mode. And because they've made a lot of big changes with like taking out fog, and now, the map is kind of disappearing. And so the way they have it is during the final hour, they're going to have some UI up on your screen. Mm-hmm. And it'll say like, if you're in a safe zone or not, like it'll tell you very clearly, and they try and make it as obvious as possible. They want to eliminate people dying from the map.
Yeah, okay.
They just want to use it as like a way to push everyone in. They don't want people dying to the gas. Like,
yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, no one should be dying to the gas. The gas should be kind of corralling everyone together. That's the concept of it.
It should only kill you if you're trying to abuse something.
Yeah, if you're purposely staying in there, that's kind of like what I think they're doing now. It's kind of like, well, if you die in there, chances are it's 100% your fault. Like, you're not moving fast enough.
Yeah.
You're kind of just standing in one spot. So, yeah, so they've kind of been testing that, making sure everyone has enough time to get to a safe zone. And they went and got feedback. Actually, the playtest happened today at 2 p.m. GMT. I don't know what zone that is, but yeah, so all that good stuff. They're doing the playtest. But actual RS related. So they've added in the new Wine of Zamorak spawn, which is at the Chaos Altar in 35 Wilderness.
Yeah, okay. That's near the Chaos Fanatic.
Yeah, it's a multi-zone, so that's kind of cool. Maybe go PK some skillers or whatever. And there's some bots.
Probably no one, to be honest, but it's good to have a little bit of incentive.
The only shitty thing, though, is that, okay, so if you have this is good, but if you have the hard wilderness diaries done, they become noted, so you can stay there forever.
Yeah, that sounds decent.
Insanely good, but we should track this week, and we should see how much Wines of Zamorak go down, and then it's going to drop a lot. And that's just all it's going to do. It's just going to like ruin the best way to make money in free to play. And they're kind of consistently nerfing ways to make money in free to play.
But the only problem now, and I've seen this argued, is if you go to the Wine of Zamorak spot in free to play, it's going to be a bot there, right?
Oh yeah, no, there's just a crap ton of bots there because it's the best way to make money. There are people that aren't bots that go and compete with them, and what you can do is you can have jugs on you. You can have empty jugs, and you can put them on the table where the Wine of Zamorak is. And if you'll just like what some people do, they'll put like 5 or something up, and then when they're actually on the table, the bots can't get them. So then that kind of gives you the time to grab them. Or sometimes they just grab the jugs and they'll get a full inventory of jugs and leave. So you kind of go in with a full inventory of jugs, you leave with a full inventory of Wines of Zamorak.
Free to play sounds horrible.
Yeah, it sounds awful. But I mean, like, before then, it was, you know, go do your limp roots, go kill the hill giants, collect your limp roots. True. And like they ruined that. Like they were like almost 1K a piece or maybe 1.2K a piece, and now they're so cheap.
Oh no, they were definitely over 1K, I think.
Yeah, and now they're stupidly cheap.
That's a weird sentence to say. I definitely know they were over 1K, I think.
Yeah. No, but they definitely were. And yeah, like every free to play money making method is kind of getting ruined, and like I mean, free to play is a very, very different vibe than members, because one, you do any type of skilling and you're going to be competing with bots or being around bots.
For the most part, don't forget they added those worlds, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The skill level
But
worlds.
then also, I think people are way more friendly, and there's so many people that are just kind of running around Lumbridge, getting cow hides, you know, killing chickens. Like everyone's kind of just running around doing things, but
sure, yeah.
I find there's a lot of people, and there's some people I've talked to and stuff that like they're members and they've never ever bought membership. Like they save money, they get like full rune, they pretty much beat free to play, and then they're like, all right, now it's time to grind for a bond. And then they kind of grind for a bond, they get the money, they buy it, they hold on to it, and then they kind of like look up, this is what I should be doing like day one of members, and they go and do everything, they get all this shit done within the first 2 days. And then they spend the rest of their members grinding out money as fast as they can for more bonds. And they just keep doing that until they get better methods of making money, and they get higher and higher to the point where they're making 5 mil a week and then 10 mil a week or every 2 weeks. But I find if you like one person I was talking to is like, he's like, yeah, I haven't paid for members. I've been a member for like 5 or 6 months. And now with the servers have been shit for like 2 weeks. Like I just haven't played, and I just found out I don't have enough money. So now I'm selling like all my armor, all my membership gear to buy another bond to like restart. And I'm like, that sucks, but like, I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to try that out. You know, make a new account and just kind of go through that just to like, because I really do like grinding for money and stuff. I love that, and it's gotten to the point where like, I shouldn't be spending real money on membership. Like, I can sit down and make 3 million a day easily. Like,
that's true.
I can easily do that. Money's not an issue. It's just kind of like, do I want to?
Yeah.
I kind of like having my time for myself to just do nothing.
See, like, my argument is, it's a lot faster for me to work 1 hour and spend that money on membership than it is to spend 3 hours making, way more than 3 hours, like 4 hours making 3 mil, 5 hours, right?
Yeah. But it's also the fun of it. It kind of gives you a reason to do certain things.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It kind of forces you to, let me sit at wyverns you could literally just camp wyverns, and then the day or 2 days before your membership, you can go sell everything and you'll have enough for a couple bonds.
Yeah, that's true.
You just do that for a couple weeks. Like, it does push you to do things like that, to like just focus on making money. Because as of right now, there's times where like I never sit down and grind money. It's kind of like I'm grinding stats, or I'll do something that makes me money, but I'll do it just so I can sink it into leveling up stats faster.
True. I need the money right now for fucking construction. This is the first time I'm grinding out money. God damn.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. But anyways, we should move on. So they've improved like the wilderness KD tracking. So now you
wait, let me just cut them real quickly. Wines of Zamorak are at 3.3k right now. Let's move on.
Okay. All right, yeah. So now it'll be a good time to start tracking. Excuse me. How how much it drops. Like, that's a lot of money. I wonder how much you can make an hour from Zamorak's as of right now. Like, I kind of should try getting my hard diaries done for the wilderness. And
yeah, that's a lot more money than I thought they would be. I thought they were a lot cheaper.
Yeah. And you, depending on off times, and especially with the DCs, or people really be PKing that much, you could just sit there and you just bring a full inventory of brews and sharks and stuff, and maybe some restores, and then you just kind of combo your way to 30, and then you just glory out.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But anyways, so they've improved the kills to death ratio, like tracking in the wilderness, and there's like a wilderness statistics board on, I think it's the east side of the Edgeville Bank. It's near the doors that go to the furnace, just like a little bit south of that. There's like a little board there. You can read the wilderness statistics, and you can toggle your KD on, because some people just don't like having it on, like me.
It's pretty cool.
And yeah, it'll just, when you toggle it on, it'll just display when you're in the wilderness. So yeah, and it like tracks the entire wilderness instead of just being beyond level 10.
I like that.
Yeah. So they've made some bounty hunter improvements. So they've like updated the target overlay to get you like a little bit more information. It now next to like the skull with the coins that show, you know, how much their value is, it'll show, there's a symbol right next to them that will show their what's it called? Like their emblem. And it'll show you the level and the icon that goes with that level of emblem they have on them.
Right. Okay.
And it also shows you if they're skulled or not.
Oh, nice.
Like next to their name. So I think that's really nice. You can't be like, hey, I'm not going to skull because I have a tier 8 or whatever. It's like, motherfucker, I can see you don't have one. Because apparently in the pure community, that was a big issue.
Yeah, I can see that.
People don't want to risk anything, and they just lie about their friggin' emblem. So now you can't do that anymore, which is nice. Also, on top of that, the emblems from Vedian, Venenatus, Callisto, Chaos Fanatic, Crazy Archaeologist, and Scorpia, they have a 1 in 5 drop rate of this mysterious emblem when you killed them on the Bounty Hunter world, which is 318.
Okay.
So I think that's huge. It gives you a really, like, the fact you have a 1 in 5 chance to get 100k, like, that's going to push a lot of people to PVMing in the Bounty Hunter world. And at first, I didn't really like that, because I was like, I probably bitched about this last time we were talking about it on the poll. I was like, oh, they just want to PVM, just let them PVM. Like, they don't want to go and boss. But bossing is like such a big part of this game once you get to higher levels.
Definitely.
Like once you get to like base 90s and above, you should be trying to find a group and you should be trying to boss as much as possible. And like the ones that are really easy to boss, like the Crazy Archaeologist and the Chaos Fanatic, and I think Scorpio's decently easy to boss.
I don't know, but I have no idea. Like
solo. But like those guys, those two at least, are really easy to solo. Like you can get, you know, 28 kills, over 28 kills in a run. Like when I was doing the Chaos Fanatic, I was getting over like 30 kills in a run, like easy.
Yeah, it's
like it was just, oh, my loot bag is full and I have no more space in my inventory. Like I'm out of space. I'm gonna go. Like,
what makes the craze, or sorry, those two, especially those two bosses, they call them demi bosses too. But like,
yeah,
I haven't done Crazy Archaeologist too much, but there is a temple near the Chaos Fanatic, the Chaos Temple that winds to Zamrock. It's really close, so you just pray there. Run back, pray mage, and then you just have to dodge he shoots a green ball that'll explode on the ground. Just move out of the way of that, and then he won't ever
it's super
hurt you.
easy. Yeah, you don't need any. I bring one restore potion just for safety and one brew just to get out. Like if someone tries to attack me, but then the rest are just stews and.
Oh yeah, you want to bring stews because you can unequip your item, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so you just kind of drop the stews as you go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like it's really easy, but now it's kind of like, if I want to do those bosses, I should just say fuck it, go to World 318, maybe bring a lot more brews and restores, so if someone attacks me, I can get away. But now I have a 1 in 5 chance to make, you know, 100k, and doing those bosses normally, you get jack shit. Like I probably broke even over like the 80 kills I did of them because I died once. You know, it's like you get shit money from it.
It's going to be a huge hot spot for PKers. Like, if you're going to be bossing there, like, you're definitely going to get visited. Quite a few times.
Yeah, like, that's happened. I got visited a couple times.
So here's my idea, though. You fucking hire someone, or you can like be buddies with someone who's PKing PKers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, but if you're gonna hire someone, you're probably
Not hire, but I mean like I was trying to do that before because I couldn't find any PKers, so I would find people in the wilderness and just say, hey, if you run into someone, add me and let me know. But sadly, most of these people were just fucking like I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, no, like definitely, if you're not someone that can just, because that's the worst feeling is when you're killing Chaos Fanatic and some 126 logs on, Scald, full Aram's ancient staff, and you're like, I'm not gonna be able to kill him. All I have is a crossbow. I'm not gonna be able to kill him. I got broad bolts. And should I just try and kill him and run, or should I like just try and fake him? Like, what do I do from here? I'm kind of fucked.
See, in that scenario, that's why it would be great to be like the PKer on the other side of it, where you're hopping worlds. They shoot you a message, you just jump in and surprise attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, anyways, but it gives more people to like, kind of group up and do some bounty hunter.
Yeah.
You get a team of 5, go do Callista or Venenatus or something. Like, yeah, it's pretty good. And, yeah, so with that being said though, the tier 1 emblems you can now sell and buy them on the Grand Exchange. So as of right now, or I guess before the Grand Exchange and this change, they were 100k a piece.
Yep.
And they're probably going to go drop. My guess is, give it a month if it has to, but at some point they're going to go down to like 50 or 60k.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because most people now with this, most of the emblems are going to be generated through PVM. Like 100%, that's how it's going to go. Like everyone's going to be just killing these bosses nonstop. They're going to be in big groups killing them for as long as they can. Because like it's really good money right now.
I don't know. I'll have to disagree though, because there's always people PKing in Edgeville, right? You have like tons of people.
If you have like 5 or 6 people doing Callisto, like unless a team of 5 or 6 are coming, you guys are safe.
Yeah, but there's still only one Callisto. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. People will be fighting over it. There's also like, it's just the fact that there's always going to be people. They're pretty much always going to be on respawn in these worlds, like at like a normal hour, not like 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. Like at like peak times, I'm pretty sure you could go check out all these bosses on these worlds, and there's going to be someone either killing them or some PK waiting for someone to come kill them.
It'll have to be like, I think it's going to be PK teams who are killing the boss as well. You know what I mean? And they're going to be ready to fight back.
Yeah, that's what they'll be doing. Like, if you're going to do Callisto, I mean, some people just bring full Verax, food, just to escape, and then they just kind of pray, but
that's going to be, I feel like that's going to be so much of a hassle that, like, the only people you'll see there are people who are wearing, like, I don't know, full range get up, and they're going to instantly spin around with a depot and spec you. You know what I mean? Or some shit, right?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to be such a big issue. It's going to stop people from going. It'll happen once or twice, but
I'm saying, I think that's going to be one of the main strategies there, because if you're trying to PVM and there's going to be constantly PKers there, eventually you're just going to be like, you're going to say like, fuck it. I'm sick of having to run back and forth. I'm just going to go to a non-bounty hunter world.
Yeah. I mean, that's why people would bring like a switch and the gear and then just fight them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Or they're going to be like, I'm going to kill this boss until people show up, and then I'm going to switch around, defend myself, and possibly kill them. Because that's what I kind of do at the Elder Druids, Chaos Elder Druids. Because you can just pray against them the whole time. And if you have a looting bag, you don't really need food. So you bring a bit of food, and I just use that for when I have to PvP someone.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, I don't know. It's going to be really busy there. I think emblems are going to go down a lot in price because
now you can kind of buy and sell them on demand. I think a big thing is people would try and buy a majority of them, and then kind of sell them slowly. Or, because a lot of people that PK and stuff or bounty hunters, they'll have like 200 of these. Like there's so many people that are holding such a big stack of them that they just can't be bothered to sit there for 3 days to sell them all.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, so
cool.
But yeah, that being said, I kind of want to track the prices on them because before Grand Exchange is a thing, they were 100k each.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll find out now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll check next week.
Yeah, so next on the block is they've made some teleblock improvements. And so now it gives you pretty much an exact time when you can teleport. It used to be like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, this is how much time. But now it shows you like exactly like 3 minutes and 10 seconds or whatever. So you can kind of accurately teleport out.
Perfect.
So when you splash a teleblock, it used to be when you splashed or hit a teleblock, it gave the same amount of experience. So now they've changed it. So successful teleblocks give you 95 experience and splashing gives you 84. So you can kind of, know when you've actually hit them. Yeah. As you throw it. And when you enter like safe areas on PvP worlds, then that's when teleblocks get cleared. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, and they've also made the spell more consistent, because I don't know if you like know, or if anyone knows that if you sometimes you'll drink a potion or like a boost of some sort and it'll immediately drop, or after 10 seconds it'll drop. Like, it's got this issue of like there's a hidden 1 minute timer constantly going, and depending on when you like change your stat within the minute, if you have 10 seconds left in that minute, then you just have 10 seconds of that stat boost or whatever, and then it'll drop down one. It was the same thing with teleblock. It would always kind of go in between 2 or 3 minutes. But now the way they've changed it, it will just kind of start at like 3 minutes or whatever time, and it'll be way more consistent.
Makes sense. I know we talked about it before, but it's kind of funny how they would keep it on a system like that.
I mean, if they can change it. They have it with overloads where it's like a set time. They have it with teleblock now. Like, they should change.
They are changing it.
The way stat boosts work to just start at 1 minute, unless something has already been boosted or degraded, and that minute's going. But yeah, I don't know. They'll probably change it within this year. I'm calling it. In other news, they made that update to the Motherlode mine where the second someone hits the vein, that's when the timer starts going to clear it, and it's not affected by multiple people. But what people were doing was they were kind of griefing someone. So let's say there's me and you, and we're both, on this world doing the veins, and I don't want you there. All I would do is just click. I'd go up and hit, pick it once with an axe, and I would just go around and click everything. And they would just disappear after a certain amount of time, and it was really fucking with people.
It's hilarious. I can see that issue.
Yeah, so now they've made some changes to mitigate it. They didn't really specifically say what they were doing, but they just said we have made some changes to mitigate this.
Cool.
So yeah. So the permanent deadman mode world now has the XP multiplier behavior from the last season. So it's kind of like when you lose experience on death, the game would remember how much you lost in each skill and then give you 10 times multiplier until you get back up there.
Yeah.
They just added that to regular deadman mode.
Cool.
And there was an issue with the new drop system where when you're doing the barbarian fishing strategy with the leaping trout and the salmon and the sturgeon and stuff, people were accidentally dropping their rod. And the way it worked is that the trouts, salmons, and sturgeons had priority over the rod. So if you're there for 20 minutes dropping a shit ton of these fish, you would drop the rod and it would immediately be gone forever.
Oh.
And so now they've made it that the rod will always be on top. And pretty much the trout and the salmon and stuff will always be on the bottom. Huh. So you can drop other things on top of it, which is kind of nice.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know it worked like that.
Yeah. And this is something that I think everyone has dealt with, and they finally made a change and a fix to. It's been really annoying, but do you remember that coffin that's next to the trapdoor?
I do.
Yeah, when you try and go down to Edgeville dungeon, they just finally disabled it, so you can't accidentally open up the coffin. You can just go straight down. You can open up the trapdoor, and you can go down now.
That's hilarious. That's a problem that I never realized I had till now. Because now I'm thinking back, I'm like, yeah, I click that thing almost every fucking time.
Yeah, every time. And it's always, though, ever since day one of being in Edgeville, being a little noob, and it has always been something I remember, all right, turn my camera. All right, click the trapdoor.
Man, they can't do that.
Yeah, it's Easyscape now.
What's next? Fucking graphics overhaul? Some first-person RuneScape?
Some quality of life skills, as in now we have action bars, and now we can use skills and abilities.
Might as well. This game's fucked.
Yeah, EOC, baby. But,
all right, what else you got? Let's see if it can redeem itself.
The tiny elf crystals, I believe I think they're the crystals you use for either teleporting or maybe it's the crystal bow seeds. I think it's the teleporting ones, though.
Yeah,
that bring you into whatever the area is called. I forget the name right now, but it used to just teleport to the top of your inventory when you used it, so now it'll just stay in place.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
I'm not unsubscribing. Keep my membership going.
I'll wait it out a month or two, depending on the servers go.
Nice.
So some of the veins in like the downstairs area in the Motherlode mine were acting like the upstairs area. This has now been fixed.
Okay.
So yeah. They fixed an issue on how the auto weed kind of process wasn't working with scarecrow patches.
Okay.
So I guess they fixed it. And then the servant's money bag was accidentally appearing on the flat pack interface as like it wasn't able, as this was not be able to be created, has now been removed. Excuse me. And I don't really know exactly what the issue is there, because I don't really do construction, but
I don't even know what the issue was there either. So, all right. Well,
yeah, I think it was just appearing to be made when you couldn't make it. I think that's it, but that's kind of weird.
Cool.
But yeah, that's it for March 2nd updates of the quality of life for PvP.
Sweet, sweet. Hopefully when the servers are better. They might be better tonight. Who knows? Hopefully they are.
Yeah.
I mean, checking out how it is.
I'm kind of worried when the new season starts for Deadman mode.
What's that?
I'm kind of worried on the new season for Deadman mode.
Oh, that'll be
they're probably going to just get all the servers are probably going to get destroyed.
It's awesome. That might be fun.
Yeah, everyone's DCing. Yeah, so at the beginning of like every month, they do release like a month ahead, and they kind of give you kind of little teasers of like what they're going to be doing this month and
what their plans are. So it seems like each month has kind of got its focus.
Yeah. So I guess February was a quality of life, very heavily based on that.
Same with January, wasn't it?
I think January was raids, wasn't it?
Oh, it was the raids. Look at me. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and so we had raids, this is kind of like, they have huge new content that comes out, and then they kind of like, all right, let's go back and fix a lot of things that sucked with their old content. And then now we're getting into March, and they're planning on pretty much like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they have like maybe 2 of the biggest updates if they're coming out this month or exactly like I don't know if they specified exactly when it comes out, but during this month ahead, they talk about how they're going to be releasing the 2 new areas.
So, I mean, I've reread this too. I read how they said it too, and I guess it was a bit confusing. But yeah, I think this month they want to talk about their plans for it, and then they want to release, because these updates are due to come in Oldschool in June and September, respectively.
Okay. All right, yeah. So they're I guess they're going to pull and really start pumping out like the manpower into getting these ready for the next upcoming months. So yeah, they're pretty much going to be focusing on these, maybe. And I guess some Deadman mode changes. And also more quality of life stuff and whatever. But yeah, we'll get into that. So they're going to be like, they've talked about, or they're going to be talking a lot about the Inferno, which is like, it's a PVM like challenge, I guess, that's in Zia. And it's going to be a sequel to the Fightcaves. And it's the same thing where you just have hordes of enemies and then you fight like a final boss, which is, Tizcal Zuck. So I guess just Zuck. But, kind of, I haven't seen any images or I don't know anything about the Zuck guy, but I do know, or I do think, don't you need a lava cape to combine it with whatever you get from beating this?
And I think that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do, they better do it. If they're gonna have this Inferno thing, if they don't make a fire cape a requirement, then, they literally just killed one of the biggest things in their game. So I do think they need to have a fire cape requirement to either you give it to them to like be able to start it or like, be able to unlock doing it, or you need it to combine it with the cape.
Let me ask you this.
Whatever you drop.
What if the cape they dropped was more based on accuracy than the fire cape was, but the fire cape had more strength?
Well, the fire cape, I think it gives good accuracy in every attack.
Okay, well, what if this cape gave better accuracy but no strength?
The fire cape would be better then.
But what do you think if that one became suddenly the go-to for like bossing or monsters with high defense?
You would use it for bandos if you're soloing. Maybe Corp. But the fire cape would still be best in slot. Because the way this works is that strength bonus, it is always going to be better than accuracy bonus. unless it's something like you're soloing Bandos and you need as much accuracy, like slash accuracy as possible because they have ridiculously high defense. And actually, I take that back with Corp because it would be nice, but generally you're going to need someone with a Dragon Warhammer to drop the defense. And if you don't have that, then you're not supposed to be doing Corp.
What if the new Fire Cape gave you so much accuracy? You ain't seen a blue hit ever.
Well, that'd be stupid. But like,
now it's the best in slot cape. See, you can
So-
still do it with just accuracy though. You can't just focus on the strength.
I'm pretty sure the way it works is that 1 accuracy is as valuable as 2 strength. I think.
Don't you mean the other way around? 1 strength would be as valuable as 2 accuracy?
No, well, 2 accuracy is 1 strength. Or no, wait, is equal to like, I think they both work the same way, because like,
Yeah.
1 strength is equivalent to 2 accuracy. So I think, like, Fire Cape is nice, it gives you like a little bit of prayer bonus, gives you 4 strength, and then just 1 in all attack and 11 in all defense, which isn't a lot. So the cape would have to give you the same defense, the same prayer, and then like 9 in all attack bonuses for people to consider using it. But I think in general, people like, if you look at the way items have been crashing and how everything's been working, like RS, especially with the raids have come out, there's kind of like a meta that's been developing in which gear to use. I mean, it's always been there, but you always want to have as much strength as possible, as much strength bonus as possible.
Yeah, generally.
That's why you see people fighting, like, that's why, like, I use a fighter torso, I use the Bandos, tassets, I use D boots because I don't have primordials, barrel gloves, like, you do everything to give you, like, as much strength in each slot as possible.
But
And then I'll use
I think
this.
that's different than PVM because you're trying to KO the person. You're not trying to, like, exhaust them out of their supplies. You know what I mean?
Well, like, even in PKing and stuff, it's the same thing. Like, you want as much strength as possible.
No, that's what I'm saying. For PK, you want more strength because you want to get a big hit to KO them. You don't want to higher accuracy. That's more of like focusing on exhausting them and like running them out of their supplies. They're just going to teleport.
It's the same thing with it's the same thing with PVM though. You want as much strength because a lot of your accuracy comes from just the weapon you're using in general. So like a whip,
that's
really
true.
accurate weapon. Like you're gonna like. I have like 91 or 92 attack. I forget. It's been a little bit of a while. And, and like I pretty much, like I hit like 80% of the time. But now like if I had 91 or 92 strength and 99 attack, I'd be hitting more often. But like now the hits are going to be like 30s and 20s where now I can whip for 45s. You know what I mean? Like it's a big difference. And like if you look at like the Elysian Shield has gone down so much. It's like 300 mil now.
True.
And the Dragon Fire Shield has gone down, like it's 10 mil now. Cause you see people just using a Dragon Defender when they're doing PVM. I mean, when you're doing bosses, sometimes you'll use it. Like I use it when I'm in a duo or a trio at Bandos. I mean, the tank items are always going to be around, but like accuracy, I don't know. It's kind of like everyone's going to be pumping in strength. So like with this new cape.
I mean, I feel like if you have the Elysian Shield, you're going to be using that over the Dragon Defender. You know what I mean? Regardless.
Well,
You don't think so?
it really depends. It really depends what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because the Elysian is so good, but
I don't know. Like, the Elysian's so far out of my league that I'm just like, if I had that, I'd be fucking using it all the time. I'd be using it when I'm woodcutting.
well, yeah, it's kind of a show of wealth, but like I find that it is worth so much considering like it's good. It's the best in slot, like defensive shield. But if you look at raids and stuff, people are using arcane sigils and stuff, and they're using the offensive types of them. Like, and if you look at the like arcane sigil, it's constantly going up in price, where the Elysian's constantly going down. And I think people are realizing that if their mechanics are good enough with like prayer flicking and moving at the right time and all that stuff, offensive gear is like always going to be better. Because like I'll do Slayer tasks where I don't even use a single piece of food because I'm prayer flicking, block or something or whatever. And it just comes out as like strength is super good right now. So there's a new cape that comes out. I don't even know what they're going to be wanting to call it, but let's just call it the Zia cape or something, the Inferno cape. I have no idea what stats is going to be, but it's definitely going to need, like, if people are like, it should just be a fire cape, like, imbued type of a stat. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
yeah,
just
I agree.
fire
Just
cape.
a little hypothetical I was interested in to see if you thought that, like, they could replace the best in slot with an item that had no strength. Obviously, they could, but you'd really have to give it a lot of accuracy then, right?
Yeah, or, like, a lot of prayer and a lot of defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah.
So,
Because right now we have clear cut, like, best in slot melee cape, which is the lava cape. We have the god cape, which is the mage cape, and then the Ava's accumulator, which is the range cape.
yeah.
There's not really a tank cape. The tanky cape right now, I think, is just the skill capes, the quest capes, the music capes, the 99 stat capes, because they give you really good defenses, but they also give you the, like, best prayer, I think. And you know, maybe they do release a tank cape, or they just release a
kind of
tanky
interesting,
or
eh?
Pardon?
It'd be kind of interesting to see a tank
Yeah.
cape.
I mean, I don't know how used it would be. I mean, tanks would probably opt in to use it, but, like, I don't know. I think this new cape, like, they've probably said that with this fire cape, you have to just, you know,
No, that's their
use it
idea. They
on this
want you to
cape.
have to trade it in or combine the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I like to see, because
It's probably gonna be some leather making shit, or I mean, some crafting shit.
yeah,
But,
yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see more info on that.
we'll have to see it. I'm gonna have to watch other people do it because there's no fucking way I'm gonna have to be able to beat this boss. I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna be able to beat it for years.
Do you have the fire cape?
Yeah, but that took me like 10 years,
Yeah, but how many times did you try?
12. I
Oh, okay.
can't remember.
I've done 5 attempts.
No, it was on 2 different accounts, right? It was back in 2007,
Oh, okay.
and then the last time I tried it was like maybe a year ago or 6 months ago or some shit. I don't know.
It's probably just gonna be Jad with melee or something. That's probably it's probably gonna be like a little bit of an upgrade and maybe faster attacks.
I'm gonna disagree. I think it's gonna be a lot more complex, only because if you see what they did with the raids, I feel like they were trying to be a little more creative with these new updates.
Yeah. There's gonna be some new mechanics. I just hope it doesn't take an hour to get to the boss.
probably will your first time.
Yeah, I mean, it takes me, if I want to do Jad, it takes me like an hour to get there. Which, I mean, I don't mind. I kind of like setting out a day and then just putting on some music and just, like, when I was grinding for my fire cape, I really enjoyed, like, it was like a Saturday, and I was like, alright, got all my food here, you know, just made lunch, we're all set, got no schoolwork, and I'm gonna do Jad all day. And then, like, 5 hours later, I got it, and I was like, oh, fuck yes.
I'm the opposite.
You know?
I hate spending my day like I'm gonna try to get the fire cape, especially if I don't get the fire cape.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really weird with the fact that I really like certain grinds. Like I enjoyed my quest cape grind. I really enjoyed it because it's like it's like a milestone, right? It's like, look at this. All the quests are done for now. I have a, you know, don't have to ever worry about it. I mean, I guess a lot of people have a quest cape, but like when I got my quest cape, because I don't even know when the last time I talked about me getting 99 strength. I don't even know if I got it before last episode. Actually, I think I got it on Friday, the day after we recorded. So let me just go over this. I got my 99 cape. I'm sorry if I'm saying this story again, but I got my 99 cape, or my 99 strength, and I was literally like I was like, huh, that's cool. My first 99. Like, that was it. Like, I didn't like, it's nice to like hover over it and see no more experience left to next level. It's nice having that 99, and it's nice to use a whip on accurate without being like, oh, I'm missing out on strength experience. Oh, I should be using this weapon. Like, that's nice. But when I first got my quest cape and then I first got my strength cape, I was like way more, even with my fire cape, I was way more excited about getting my fire cape and my quest cape. And a lot of it, like, and I was kind of like, well, that's cool. Like, I didn't really care I had 99 strength, and I think a lot of it comes down to, like, the way you have to grind it out. So me getting 99 strength was putting it on one monitor, I'm playing games and watching movies on another.
Yeah,
and I just did that for a week. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of, or a week and a bit. Like, I just kind of just it was, the grind was literally how much time can I sink into this to get it done.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It wasn't rewarding because it's like, well, there goes, you know, 130 hours plus of strength experience. That this is what it all shows. Like it's just kind of like boom, we're good to go. And now like with the quest cape, that was like, all right, got this quest down. I'm kind of planning out all the quest routes. This is how I want to get these done. I want to leave Monkey Madness last, like, you know, get all this done. And I'm like kind of slowly chipping away at it where it's like, one, it's not that boring because you're doing so much different shit. You know, you're doing Morning's End where you're doing this really complex 50-minute puzzle.
Yeah.
And then you're doing Garden of Tranquility where you're just farming. And then you're doing like a rock in a hard place and you're like in Caldigrim and doing like all this cool, like, you know, you're kind of going around doing all this stuff for one big goal. And like, and the same with the Fire Cape. You're sitting down and you're like, okay, I'm at the boss again. Can I do it? Can I do it? Oh, like, if I was better at this game, I would have done it in 1 hour. But like at the time, it took me 5 hours to get it. And that was like, that's it. I got it. We're good. If I ever lose this, I'll have to get it again, but we're set. I'm pretty happy I got this. I beat a really hard boss. Like, oh, you know, for me, that was like my first time ever fighting like a hard boss. But I've always been that type of person that I really like grinding out. I like putting in time and doing grinds for certain things and certain items as opposed to like stats. I mean, the stats are nice. I do enjoy grinding out stats and stuff. Like, I don't mind it, but yeah, I really like getting the things. It's fun.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I don't know. I have no idea how you got 94 magic. I got to like 82, doing it in like a more experience per hour type of a way, and I'm like, this fucking sucks.
I sold my bank and then I played another video game while I AFK'd the other screen.
I couldn't do it. It was too bad. I was supposed to get to 85 magic this last weekend, but server's been so bad, and the way I was doing it, the servers can't really be disconnecting to make good money.
Damn.
Yeah, so hopefully the servers will stabilize and I'll get it and I'll explain one simple trick that Jagex hates. But anyways, so I'm pretty excited just to get more info on the Inferno. I'm gonna call it the Inferno Cape, 'cause that's probably what it is. And yeah, so other than the Inferno, they have Fossil Island. It's an isle like that's just, it's like an extension of the Varrock Museum. It's east of the wilderness, and the way it comes off is that you're going to need multiple high-level skills to unlock all these secrets on this island.
It's pretty cool.
I have, like, that's what I'm going to be assuming. Like, it's going to be, you know, you need mining for these types of artifacts, or you need smithing for, well, I guess, you know, wood cutting for this, or you need construction for that. Like, I think that's what they're going to be doing. I think they're going to be releasing, along with a new big PVM challenge, a new big skilling challenge, which will be this isle. I don't know if they've talked about it in the past, but
they announced, like, they kind of dropped it on us during a RuneFest.
Yeah, I heard about Fossil Island, but I don't know anything about it.
No, they didn't really say it. I know they've mentioned the idea of a new wyvern either appearing on Fossil Island, because during RuneFest, I think they pitched the idea of 2 different islands, I think. Wyvern Island, maybe, but I could be getting this mixed up. Maybe it's just Fossil Island, but what I'm trying to say is there might be a new wyvern coming, so
yeah, that would be sweet. Hopefully the gatekeeper, like the big wall to do these these wyverns would be really high.
Oh,
because it's so depressing, man. It's so depressing that every friggin' world is filled with people just AFKing wyverns, and you look at them like, these guys are making good money, and they're not really playing the game.
Yeah.
Like, wyverns are such good money. It's so AFKable. Like, I hope if they come out with a new wyvern, either you can't do this stuff, and you get better items, or you can, and it's really hard to get there. But, yeah, so like, they still have a bunch of, I guess it's not set in stone if these polls or these updates are going to happen, but like,
no, it's like sailing. Remember, sailing was like such an intense idea, and then it never came to be, obviously, because
so
when push came to shove,
these concepts need to pass a poll still, but I think everyone wants them. Who wouldn't want an Inferno Cape? Who wouldn't want Fossil Island? Like, I think these are things that like we kind of need, because Fossil Island, to me, at least, it comes off as a level 80 can do it, a level 126, maybe a level 40. Like, I feel like it's not like Inferno Cape where you need to have a Fire Cape, which you need 43 prayer and higher range, preferably like 7. You know what I mean? Like
Fossil Island
lot of
could
these-
hold. They could do it so many different ways. They could make it
Yeah.
like
Like there's so much potential with it, and they can really either open it up to everyone if they want, or kind of have everything gated. Like they could have Fossil Island gated behind a whole new skill if they really wanted to.
Sure.
They could do so much with it, like an archaeology type skill, but I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, they should they have a lot of potential. I think both these will pass. I'm pretty sure, if anything, the Infernal Cape might have more flack against it than the Fossil Island.
I don't know. We'll have to see more information before.
I'm just, if I had to guess from the community, I think they're compared. Like, if there's someone against Fossil Island or someone against the Inferno, I think more people would be against the Inferno just because
I think once we start seeing what Fossil Island will be about, that's when we'll start seeing the controversies. Because the Inferno Cape, there's really, like, by them just saying that, I'm pretty sure you and I both have an idea what it's going to be all about. But when they say Fossil Island, we're both sitting there being like, okay, all we know is that it's an island that has something to do with Varrock Museum and skills. Like, can you go with other people? Do you need a party maybe? You know what I mean? Like, will it be open for everyone?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah.
Once more information
totally
comes out from that, people might just be like, are you fucking kidding me? That's your idea of Fossil Island? Just an AFK skilling area? Fuck that. Fail it.
Then it's gonna suck.
Yeah, and that's what kind of happened to sailing, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. But yeah, you're right. It just... Hopefully they give us a little bit of a teaser of what it's gonna be about, and then they go, all right, now let's vote on it.
Yeah, and that's what this month's going to be. It's them going to be, like, talking about it, right? I think they're going to be dropping,
playing
like,
with
polls or
concepts.
questions every week. And then, people will just give their opinions.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that being said, on the 25th of March, this is kind of... Yeah, this is all about Deadman Mode, the Invitational.
Okay.
On Saturday 25th in March, that's kind of when they have the Invitational, and that's when, $10,000 will be given to whoever wins. Blah, 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 blah. End of this month. So I guess 25th is also when the new season starts, right?
Yeah, it usually starts as soon as the tournament ends.
Yeah. So in like the big Deadman Mode blog that they proposed a while ago, they proposed like an additional reward of getting a bank key, and that was a portion of the experience that the people had lost added to your stats.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the major concerns was experience trading, and that's huge, right? Yeah. That is huge. You could just get your friends to bot something,
or you could play on like way 3 different accounts.
Yeah, exactly, right? And Rot and stuff. Imagine Rot being like, all right, let's get all of our friggin' peons in here, and we'll just trade all their experience to 3 guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so they just completely scrapped the idea. I think that's good. Claiming your experience is such a sweet idea, but it's way too easily abused.
Well, I don't think they're scrapping it, but they're going to put it on the back burner while they figure out how to tackle that other problem.
Yeah. But, like, as of right now, though, like, it's pretty much gone. I don't think it'll be coming back. And so they're tweaking the concepts of like automatic quest completion, and they say that during the next upcoming Deadman season, all quests will just be automatically completed for everyone after a week.
Yeah.
But however, like the quests will at no point be unlocked automatically during the Invitational. So during the Invitational, you still have to do them.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there were concerns of like giving all players access to ancient magics and lunars, and that would be just giving big advantages to like certain clans and stuff, and it would kind of limit strategy within the week of the Invitationals. Okay. So they'll just like not have it for the Invitational. And when the quests are automatically completed, you don't get the experience or item rewards you would have got for completing the quest. But you can still get the items. You can still claim the quest specific items that you would need. So it still gives you, incentive to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because what's the point of having Waterfall done if you don't claim the experience? There's like a lot of quests that
I don't think it's the experience you can get. I think it's just some of the items afterwards, like the silver.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so if you don't do like you would only ever do waterfall quest for the experience.
Yeah.
And
Well, unless you wanted to
if
go
you-
to Galarial's like to fight fire giants.
but like after a week, are you gonna go fight fire giants?
Mm.
Yeah,
You
there's
might.
bigger fish to fry if you have every single quest unlocked. So it's still good to complete the quest, because if you don't, you lose on all that experience that really would help propel your account. So yeah, and if you need the quest items, you have to go talk to the specific people to get them. Anyhoozle, so yeah, March 25th, that's when it'll happen on the official RuneScape channel. And yeah,
Cool.
other than that though, they're going to be having some, I guess they've recently ran both PvP and general quality of lives. And you know how there's PvP content that just came out today. There'll be more general quality of lives, kind of being segued in.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
not-
sure
they're not
that's
forgetting that
while
stuff.
they're talking about the new big updates. I'm sure they're going to work on quality of life stuff to keep us tied over.
Yeah, so they're kind of just like, hey guys, we're not forgetting the general shit that we need to fix. We're gonna keep pumping it out. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like last week we were talking about the differences in other games on how they deliver their updates and how their patches, and I'm pretty sure I said I wish RuneScape would hold off and like have like one giant patch 4.0, use a giant release, Oh, we've been waiting months for this. But then as I was like re-listening to the podcast and editing it, and then like just kind of thinking over, I was like, actually I agree with you when you said the way they do it with each week. Like they are really transparent, and like now that I thought about it, like each week we have updates to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's always something to talk about because they always kind of release ideas instead of having like some test server where we have to go and pick apart what they've done there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like I do enjoy the big like today actually Path of Exile came out with a freak. Path of Exile is like Diablo. It's a JRPG or ARPG. Yeah, an ARPG, an action role playing game. ARPG is action role playing, so that's like Diablo or something. Where you start level 1 and you're kind of grinding rooms out and getting a shit ton of these crappy items, hoping for that one good one.
Okay.
Path of Exile is like kind of like a more Diablo 2 version of it's closer to Diablo 2 is than Diablo 3 is, pretty much. It's free to play.
Not bad.
And today they actually released I love this game. It's super fun. They have like one of the most intuitive like talent charts, I guess, tree charts, like skill charts and stuff. It's friggin' ridiculously massive. And it's just kind of like there's one really big chart, like tree chart, and then classes start on different points of it. Mm-hmm. And like most of the fun is like you just kind of think like, what do I want to try? You can kind of do any type of build you want, and you kind of have to build towards it.
Yeah.
And today they released. So generally, before there was, I believe, just 5 or 4 acts, and you would just kind of replay them over and over again.
Okay.
And then once you got to a really high level, then you would kind of just do these special rooms, but it would get really boring after completing, the first 5 acts, like, fucking 20 times or whatever, doing all the difficulties, and you're kind of like, all right. So now they've just released a massive update, and it's like, it literally doubled the amount of acts. So now there's 10 acts in the game.
Cool.
And I believe you just run through it once. I think that's the whole concept of it, is you just go through it once. And so that stuff is really exciting because it boosts the player base like pretty big. Like I'm going to start playing it this week. A lot of people will jump back to it, and then it booms. It's really fun. There's a new season. Everyone's like loving it for the first week or two. Player base is huge and really active. But then as the game goes on, 3 months later, everything dies down again.
Yeah.
And like during this last week when RuneScape servers were down, I went to go play Path of Exile, and it said like 3 days until the new update comes out, and they have a countdown on the login page. And I'm like, well, why would I play now if a new season's coming out in 3 days? I'll just wait the 3 days, Yeah. And so like as the older an update gets, the less people are gonna want to play it.
Yeah.
And like, so like there are pros and cons to everything, because like RuneScape, I mean, we do have those big updates like raids.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's just their delivery is different. You know what I mean? Like, it's all the same. Like, we still have those lulls where nothing's going on. That's where this quality of life shit's going on. I bet you there's people who don't look at any of the updates, don't go on Reddit, and they're probably just like, man, there's nothing happening on RuneScape.
Yeah, but like, I mean, you can always look at the polls and see what's going on. And like, the nice thing is, I mean, like, if they didn't do these weekly updates, they could pump out big things like raids and Inferno, right? Like, Inferno could already be out if they just didn't do all these little updates, if they just focused all their manpower on big updates. But then that's when the dips happen. In a game like RuneScape, you don't want dips. You want the game to plateau and then spike. You don't want it to be constantly dipping before an update. So, yeah, there's pros and cons to everything. I mean, yeah, I like it. So anyways, we should probably continue on going. So, they're also going to be polling like a lot of Slayer and then just skill cape general stuff. And, yeah, so this month they'll be running polls for new Slayer content and then tweaks to the old content. And like they'll be running like polls specifically around skill capes and the perks of them. And yeah, they're kind of like, if you have any ideas, you can always feel free to shoot us some ideas. And yeah, we'll just kind of get more details later on in March and exactly what they're talking about. So I do notice that they are putting a lot of emphasis on Slayer.
As usual. Nothing new there.
But like, I think because the way like, if you go back 10 years ago, the game was heavily based around skilling, which was super weird. And
it's the type of players you got now. We were a lot younger, the whole play style, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to come home from work and woodcut because you didn't mind doing it afterwards because you had your friends and they were all woodcutting. You had your little group of, hey, these are my friends at the yew trees in Edgeville. We come to this world every day after school, and I know all these people. But now it's like people just want to kill. Like me, I fucking Slayer's so much more fun than woodcutting. The only time I woodcut, is if I'm playing another game on the side and I want to play RuneScape as well.
And also, like, you get more sharks per hour doing things like Zia than actually fishing sharks, which is
kind of sad. But yeah, I guess so.
It's sad, but it kind of shows that like people don't really care too much for the other skills. I mean, I used to love skilling. I used to love woodcutting and stuff, but yeah, now Slayer's my favorite skill because I can just do combat and I can AFK certain tasks and gives me a chance to boss and stuff. So yeah, they're going to be fixing some stuff. They'll probably be buffing some other drops and maybe taking, like, there are some major changes that they need to have with Slayer. Like, I'm combat level like 118 right now, I think. And I have like 81 or something. My Slayer's really low because I'm like an NMZ prod pretty much. I've done so much NMZ. But the majority of my tasks, I was keeping track of it. I get so many trolls, I get so many iron dragons, and I get so many fire giants. To the point where like, I still need to save up 1,000 points to color my helmet for the KBD head, but I'm constantly canceling and blocking tasks. Like you get so many like shitty tasks that like I can, I don't care. Like if I get 200 fire giants, like that is the fucking worst because it's so boring. I like 3-shot them. It's fast. I mean, I go through it fast, and the Slayer experience really fast. Okay,
like it's pretty fast. You bring a cannon there. Blasted that task in no time. But my experience is actually the opposite. I get those every now and then, but I get a lot of like gargoyles, bloodvelds, black dragons, stuff like that. I'm finding I get fairly often, and then usually when I get the fire giants or Dagonoths or lesser demons, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air because I can kind of relax a bit. And I don't have to worry about picking up items because I'm not going to drop anything I give a shit about.
Yeah, but like, yeah, maybe like, I don't know. Maybe my Slayer just isn't high enough because you and my other buddy literally have told me the same thing.
I'm using Duradel as well from Shiloh Village.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's actually a big factor because I use Neve because it's Neve.
Yeah, I stopped doing that. There. I think the other guy gives you more bosses. He's like one tier above her.
What am I doing then?
I think you got Steve now, don't you?
Pardon?
You got Steve now, don't you?
Yeah, Steve.
Fucking Steve.
But,
Steve!
But yeah, maybe...
You ever watch Steve Wilkos?
Oh, yeah. I remember in, oh my god, this is going back to, like, grade 9, I think. I used to smoke pot in high school and stuff, and I'd been maybe smoking for, like, 2 months at this point, and I had this childhood friend... And
he was on Steve Wilkos. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but like it was like in the old town that we used to live in. I had a group of friends and like, super close, and every summer I'd pretty much go down there for like a month. I don't know if you remember that. I would like leave,
Yeah.
go down to our old town, and I'd hang out with my group of friends for like a month straight. It was always like so fun. And then grade 9 came, and like none of them had smoked pot before, and they all wanted to try it, and I had done it for like a little month, maybe 2 or 3 months.
Oh shit, you're the veteran.
Yeah, and so we'd all
Fucking Cheech and Chong over here.
yeah. And so the place, like my buddy's house that we'd all hang out and like I was at pretty much for a month, they had like a garage that they turned into an apartment that they would rent out.
Okay, that sounds
And it was like
horrible.
Dude, it's actually like a really nice and big
Sounds
apartment.
cold.
There's like 2 bedrooms. Like it was nice, like a nice little living room, a kitchen,
Sounds like a
bathroom.
nice garage. What the fuck?
It like I think it was a garage, and then they turned it into an apartment,
Yeah,
but they
okay,
like made it
reinforced
bigger,
it.
and they
Gotcha.
made like an actual apartment that they'd rent out. And the person they had rented to had recently moved out, and like my friend was at that age where he's like Mom, Dad, we want a place where we can hang out. We don't want to just sit in my room. So they're like, all right, well, like we won't rent it out for like a year or 2. You guys can kind of just go in there and do whatever the fuck you want. Just
Clubhouse. No girls allowed.
yeah, it's like a clubhouse. Yeah. And actually, like, before then, when they had people renting, we'd literally get tents and go in their backyard and shit. And we'd, like, fucking camp out in their backyard. It was super fun. Good childhood memories. But I was gonna say, like, yeah, during the summer, like, his parents would be gone, like, on the weekends, just, like, you know, date nights and stuff. And it would just be us and, like, introduce them to smoking pot and stuff. So we'd, like, go out in the back and we'd smoke some weed and hang out. And then just, like, 1 a.m. comes around and we just watch Steve Wilkos. We just get really
smoke
high.
weed.
and
Now
watch
what do
it.
we do? Well, we sit back and watch Steve. That's what you do.
I don't know how that even came. We were just hanging out. TV was on.
So-
and then, like,
Let me explain for anyone who doesn't know it's the Steve Wilkos show. It's like I think it's an American talk show, and like it's one of those kind of like Maury, kind of like Jerry Springer, but not Jerry Springer. But like they have like
you are not the father.
yeah, you're not the father shit. But imagine Steve Wilkos. He's this huge guy. He used to be a cop, and he deals with like the darkest shit. So like, but he'll fucking get up and scream at like the person who's like it's like pedophiles and shit, right? Or people who are being accused as pedophiles. And he'll fucking scream at them and fucking throw chairs, not at them, but away or in their direction. It's
Yeah.
just.
Hey, you're being accused for touching a child. You don't get to stand on my stage.
Yeah.
Steve. And they'd all
Get out
chant
of that
Steve.
chair, and he grabs a chair and just chucks it. So he's
Yeah.
like, gets really aggressive and angry. So it gets entertaining, but my girlfriend will watch it sometimes, and like, if I watch too much of it, I start just like getting mad at the world. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, I need to throw a chair.
I mean, it was just really fun for us to get baked, and when the crowd went, Steve, wake up, Steve,
you
we
stand
joined in
up,
with the
pretend you're
crowd.
part of it. You get up and throw a chair as
Childhood
well.
memories.
You
don't even know
the
how
parents
we
walk
got
in.
onto this.
What the fuck are you guys doing? Who the hell's Steve? It's 2 a.m.
Why does it sound like skunk in here, boys? Yeah, anyways. Yeah, with the Slayer, I hope they buff some like tables, drop tables, and they make it so like...
You hope they
I
buff
should
some
try a
drop
dirt elbow
tables.
before I
You're the
complain, though.
worst.
Pardon?
You are the worst. I always go to these monsters that have these buff like drop tables that I don't realize it, and I'm killing like dust devils, and I'm like, holy fuck, why am I making bank off these things? Like they were fair money before. They weren't great, but they were nice. Now I'm walking out of there with like 1 mil after every task at least.
I should change. Maybe not buffing tables. They should maybe just add some new monsters with like new items and stuff. Like even with the giant boss, you know, the club and stuff. Like it's really nice to see day one of someone walking around, and it was nice when I got it on day one and made a couple mil off a boss. Yeah, like that was
The club,
super nice.
yeah,
Got on
sure.
kill 18, made like 3 or 4 mil. It was sweet.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
I just want like some new bosses.
I don't think we'll see much
not
of that
bosses,
because we
but-
just saw the superior slayers monsters come out just
Yeah.
a month or two
I mean,
months
it would
ago.
just be nice to like. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a lot to expect for a month worth of updates, but like, I do want to see some more variety. I mean, I this is me saying that I use Steve, so I should probably try a Dirtle.
Yeah, try the other one and then say, because there is a pretty big variety. Like my problem is I'm getting a lot of tasks that are just like I'm not getting enough of those like fire giant tasks where I'm like I'm always having to go kill spiritual creatures.
Spiritual
and shit
creatures
like that.
suck, especially if you can't, because if you can't kill the mages,
it's decent money,
Yeah.
and you can stay there the whole time. Like you don't have to
you
worry
kill the
about
mages and then you kill the
getting
warriors
killed,
in your
right?
downtime. I can't kill the mages yet because my Slayer is really low.
Yeah, I'm one level away, so they're good money too. But
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it'll just be some quality of life tweaks. Maybe we'll add another
maybe you
Neve
should just
cave.
try Neve. I always get fire giants, Dagonoths. I get so many Bloodvelds to the point where I have them blocked. I hate Bloodvelds. I hate them. They're shit.
Really?
Like I want to do Slayer where I get okay experience, but I want the money because
Yeah, well, Bloodvelds are.
you just get
they're
blood
not too
runes
bad.
and mutated the heads. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Eh.
Blood runes are
I
decent.
don't like it. I like gargoyles. That's my
Yeah.
shit. I love gargoyles. My favorite task by far. Because you bring
Yeah, they're really good as well. They got buffed, and I don't understand why they got buffed because they weren't the worst drop. Actually, no, the gargoyles weren't good drop tables. But when I say that, I'm directing towards Dust Devils because they weren't that bad. I don't understand why they're so
Yeah.
fucking ungodly now, but who knows? But yeah, that's the news. Definitely talked about it.
a couple tangents here and there.
Because I can tell because my bladder's
Yeah.
ready to explode. Jesus, I feel like a pregnant lady. I'm excited to see what Fossil Island's going to be about because there's so much they could do about it. I alone could brainstorm like all these unique ideas. Like I'm thinking like, oh, you could make it like a fucking randomly generated island where you use your skills to navigate through it, and it's kind of like a raid, but not a raid. It's more about exploring with your skills and not
use your
killing shit.
skills. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool concepts. I mean, we could probably have a 2-hour long episode of concepts we've come up with.
Yeah, they're very easy to ramble on about because there's so much you can do with them. But that was the news right there, and I think we should wrap it up. What you got going on next week?
Next week, I'm gonna pray that the servers are gonna be up. That's pretty much it.
I don't have too much going on. I got my friends actually are planning on doing a little trip to New York City and then to Las Vegas.
No way.
Yeah, so I might, depending on how it works, they might be doing it just as I like finish school. So and it's gonna be a week-long trip, so I might be able to like squeeze it in, which would be super nice.
That's kind
I
of cool.
might
I thought Canada has a travel ban on them from the States.
Wait, why?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. But
just want to throw in a little Trump joke there. I feel I
Oh,
feel like
true.
We're not
I just
doing enough of that.
yeah, the only thing I'm asking them is like, okay, I can see why we go to Las Vegas because 2 of my buddies are really good poker players, and they fucking love poker. They won't teach it to me though because they're dicks. No, they're too nice to tell me when I'm dumb with something. You know what I mean? They'll both be like, oh no, you're doing fine, but like they're both really
Doing
good poker
fine.
players.
I'm not doing fine. I have no money.
Yeah,
No, you're playing great.
yeah, they're both good poker players, so I could see why they'd want to make a trip down to Las Vegas. And I've always wanted to learn how to play poker. I really like poker as a concept, and so I'd be down. But what are you gonna do in New York City? You know what I mean?
You can walk around in the crowd of people. Honestly, no. There's
Like,
probably a ton of things you can do if you just you
I
have to
mean,
do some
you'd go
research,
clubbing and
but
stuff, and you just like go to random shit in the town. But like,
check out their
I don't
comedy
know.
club scene. You could
yeah,
Statue of Liberty, right? Is that there?
oh yeah, that's true.
I think that's there.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to go look at that, I wouldn't be too interested in that. You could
I mean, I'd prefer to go to like Chicago because Chicago's architecture is pretty sweet.
yeah, okay, that's
But-
interesting. I didn't know that. I guess yeah, you could do that. You can get
Yeah.
robbed in New York City, I think.
Oh yeah, probably.
You could do that.
But yeah,
that's definitely something you have to do some research in because even if you're just like, what can I do in the city? I'm like, what can you do in any cities? You can do a lot, but it's always just like you know what I mean. You got to find the things to do it. It's not like, oh well, there's
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just talking. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Cause I'm this fucking.
Yeah, I just don't know anything about New York City. I don't. I just know it's the Big Apple and there's like Times Square or some shit there.
Madison Square Gardens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fucking.
But
just go explore. There's probably a lot of cool shit there.
The only thing is though is that so there'd be 4 of us and like okay, the one guy that kind of proposed the whole thing, he's the kind of guy that goes, all right, like he sent me an email and I felt really bad about it, but me and my one friend were laughing about how stupid his idea, like we were going to go do some shit for on like a Saturday And we're gonna go down to Toronto. We're gonna just do a bunch of shit. And he like gave us like a day planner, what we were gonna do, and it consisted of like eating at a super fancy restaurant for lunch, going to some political talk, some like
TED Talk bullshit.
no, like Justin Trudeau's like person of a person of a person of a person, like some random political talk talking about like what they want to change in Canada.
True.
And like some just really weird political stuff. Go out to dinner again, go see this movie, go out to dinner again, and then do some weird, like go to another talk. And like all these weird like little talks and conventions were going. It was super like, posh.
So I just want to point out, we've gone to
word.
3 Nazi rallies as well, and we just watched some random movie. Do we come out here to go watch the movie, or do we go to the talks?
It would be like we're going to like feminist rallies and stuff like that. Like it would have been it was just super weird.
I thought we were going to the movies. Just we're gonna make a quick stop at the fem rally, and then we'll support them for a bit.
We're gonna do a free of the nipple little walk. We're gonna see some titties, boys.
Right.
But like, I don't know. The guy who's setting it up, he's a very like culture and a political guy. He's super smart, so he's really into politics, and he's like really into like all this stuff. And I mean, you can tell I'm not because I say stuff for politics, but so like I don't know if like we're gonna go to New York City and then just like do like these political rallies the whole. Like I would not be surprised if that's what he wanted to do.
Okay, where's your picket signs? And you're just like, wait, what? Thought we were going skating.
Thought we were getting fucking wasted.
Yeah, what the?
But I mean, hopefully it'll be good. Like we're still like in the planning phase. They don't even know. Like they want to go to Utah as well.
What's in Utah?
We have a friend in Utah, and that's it. Like, they want to go in April, so all the snow's going to be gone or shitty, so you can't even go skiing or snowboarding there.
Like,
I don't even know if Utah is nice, like, for
you realize
sightseeing.
how that could turn out to be a long road trip, right? I don't think you could do this in a weekend.
No, in a week. It'd be like a week aspect, but that, like, we're still, like,